Hi guys, how's everyone doing this week? I'm just out here for a walk with my dog. Where is he? Right here. Just enjoying some nature. If you're new here, my name is Zita. Welcome. And on my channel, I work on DIYs around my home, thrift flips for resale or for myself or to give as a gift. So you don't have to spend a lot of money to get your home looking beautiful. You can take something that you already have or something you thrift and just beautify it and make it your own. So thanks for hanging out with me today. I'm going to continue my walk, but let's get working on some DIYs. For this first DIY, I'll be making a riser with this thrifted piece of wood. I don't think it's a cutting board, but I'm going to be adding some decoupage paper and some legs. And these are doll pegs that I'll be using for the legs. And I got these at the Dollar Tree. Right here I'm going to be using this recipe card. I put a hole in it and I'm going to line it up on each corner to mark out where I'm going to be putting those legs. Now I'm going to be adding some wood glue to the doll pegs. You can add a little bit of hot glue here as well if you want them to stick faster, but just press down on them and it seemed to work. Let them sit for a little bit. I also nailed in some nails with a nail gun after they sit for a little bit. And you can wipe away any excess glue that's around the legs. So I did let this sit for a while before I put the nails in with the nail gun. And when you're using a nail gun, don't be afraid of it, but practice safety. Wear your eye goggles, which I have on, you just can't see it. I put 2 nails in each leg. And just remove the battery from the nail gun afterwards just to be safe. Right here I'm putting a Fusion mineral paint as the base color. This color is called Coal Black. I'll be using a white chalk paint on top of this, so I wanted to distress it afterwards, so I wanted some of the black to come through. And I only needed 1 coat of this paint. After I let it dry, I applied the Rust-Oleum chalk paint in linen white. I just added a touch of water on my brush each time I dip the chalk paint in. just seemed to go on a little smoother that way. And as you can see, this piece of wood had some grooves in it. So I applied, I think it was 2 or 3 coats of the white linen chalk paint. Now I'm giving it a sand around the edges where you would see some natural wear and tear, and along those grooves. Not sure this was quite necessary if I was going to be applying the decoupage paper, but I did it anyway, just in case the decoupage paper kind of broke through this area. And there's a Tim Holtz decoupage paper. And this decoupage paper is called Typeset. So here I'm just cutting the decoupage paper to fit my piece. And it's so thin you can just cut this with a ruler. I'm just placing it where I want to, and I'm using Mod Podge to apply the decoupage paper. And I start halfway on the decoupage paper. I find it's easier to apply this way. Less chances of messing it up compared to if you just applied the Mod Podge along the whole length of the piece and then just tried to stick it down. Smooth it out. Make sure your edges have some Mod Podge. I'm just using an old card here to get the decoupage paper in those grooves. Here I'm just working on the other side. Just smoothing it out with that card. Go lightly because this paper, like I said, is very thin and it could rip easily. So once you have all of your decoupage paper applied to your piece, put a thin layer of Mod Podge on top to seal it in. And this is what it looks like with the glue still kind of wet. It will dry to a matte finish. And there you go. Doesn't that look beautiful? Let me know in the comments if you guys have used this Tim Holtz decoupage paper. For my next DIY, I'm just going to be working on this old toolbox that I thrifted for $5. And here's my puppy seeing what new thing I brought into the house. So I first started with a flat white Rust-Oleum paint and primer on this piece. I use this as my base coat before I applied my milk paint. And make sure you're doing this outside in a well ventilated area, guys. This is very stinky, and as you can see, I have my mask on there. I just have a regular cloth mask on, but I would really recommend a respirator, which I've tried to find at Home Depot, but they were they didn't have any, so I'll have to order one maybe on Amazon. This kind of sprays everywhere, as you can see, so a good mask is necessary, and your goggles as well. And I applied 2 coats of this paint. And after the 2 coats were dry, I sealed it in with some Varathane sealer. And here's the Miss Mustardseed milk paint in Eulalie Sky. Let me know if anyone else has used milk paint. I'm not too impressed with it for a smooth finish. I think this would work really well if you want to texture your piece. I just find it's really hard to get it to a really smooth consistency. Have you guys had this experience with milk paint? I don't know if it's the brand I'm using or if it's user error, but I just find it never really gets to a smooth finish. But it would be a great paint, like I said, if you want to texture your piece, like maybe for like a cement kind of finish. But I love this color that I'm using here. Again, it's called Eulalie Sky. And you mix this paint 1 part milk paint powder to 1 part water. Sometimes I do add a slight bit more milk powder if I want it a little thicker consistency. And I applied 2 coats of this milk paint. And I have my piece on a turntable there, guys. If you have a turntable, this works great for painting because you don't have to touch your piece as much. And I did add another sealant to this piece after I applied the 2 coats. Right here, I'm just measuring the inside for some contact paper. This is like a sparkle contact paper that I got at the Dollar Tree. Thought I'd put some sparkle in my toolbox. I was keeping this toolbox for myself, so I thought I'd add a little girly touch to it. And this contact paper was kind of easy to move around if you needed to. It wasn't super sticky where once you place it you wouldn't be able to move it. What do you think of the blue sparkles, you guys? I love it. Gives it that nice girly touch. And I kind of smoothed it out with the card afterwards. And this is the insert for the toolbox. I also added some sparkle contact paper in here. I think this was a slightly different color. I ran out of the other color, but still in the blue. As you can see, it's easy to move around if you need to. Now I could have left this without the contact paper because I did paint this insert white, but I was really liking this sparkle contact paper. I love it. I love the sparkle. Now guys, you'll see here I did want to add a stencil to this or a decal, but my transfer tape was just not working out and it was kind of sticking to the toolbox and kind of removing the paint. But this is a saying I want to put it on it. It was so cool. I made this up myself. Girls can like tools and sparkles, it said, but it just didn't work out. I tried for like a half an hour. So what's your experience with transfer tape? Which is the best one? This was the Oracle one, but it just wasn't working out for me. So here's the final finished product, guys. I love it. I hope you guys can do this for yourselves too. Girls can have tools and sparkles. Well guys, I hope these two projects gave you inspiration for your next DIY to create for yourself or for resale. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye. See you next time.